Hi, I'm Lola Aneki and I welcome you to Speak Dial on Finding Help with Special Needs. So it's still Better Speech and Hearing Month as declared by ASHA. Therefore, today I'll be sharing with us a few tips that help us to support children with communication disorders in learning new words. Okay, I'll be sharing tips that will help us to support children with communication disorders to learn new words. By now, when I talk about children with communication disorders, you would have noticed that I'm always referring to children with autism, Down syndrome, non-verbal communication disorders, and sometimes children with ADHD. Now, as parents, as service providers, as teachers, as a speech therapist, it's always important for us to seek out ways that will make it easy for these children to learn to use words appropriately. Sometimes they use the word, sometimes they don't use it, sometimes they don't know how to use this word to communicate. Sometimes they do not have enough vocabulary in their system. They don't have enough vocabulary to use to communicate with us. Therefore, today I'll be sharing about 7 tips to help us teach them to learn words. Okay, the first tip I'll be sharing with us is that when we are communicating, it's always better for us to choose meaningful and simple sentences that contains noun to describe um, places and things, and verbs for action words. So when talking with these children, be very deliberate about choosing simple sentences and meaningful words that include noun and verbs. Remember, in one of my episodes, I said to us that the first words they learn, or the first kind of words they use, contain noun and then verbs, and then they put these words together in sentences. So noun first, and then verbs, and then they put these sentences together. Therefore, when we want them to learn words from us, we must also be deliberate about how we use those words in simple and meaningful ways, including nouns to describe places and things, and verbs to describe action. So you might want to teach a child to say sentences that contain nouns and verbs. So you could say, "Look, the cat is crawling," or "the baby is crying." That in those sentences, you can hear that there's a noun, which is a baby, and crying, which is a verb, or the cat, which is a noun, and crawling, which is a verb. Okay. Now the second tip I'll be sharing with us is to use gestures to help them learn new words. So if I was going to say a word like bye bye, this is the only gesture I know to say bye bye. There's an action to it, and the word is there, so it's easy for the word to stick in their memory, for them to be able to use it next time. If I was going to say give me, I'll stretch out my hands and say give me. Then it's always also important while we're using those gestures to also remember to change our facial expression or our tone of voices when we're using certain words. So if I were to say words like I am angry, I have to show my face. I'm angry, do an angry face. Let the child see that you're really angry, so you can relate the words to the action. Or I'm sad, you have the sad look. Or I'm happy, the child sees that you're happy, so the word stays, and the action helps to drive the point home, the meaning of the word home. The next tip is to teach words in most natural context. We always say that a lot when we're teaching children with autism. The natural context it works much more for them. It works better for them. So if I were to teach sand, for example, playing in the sand, it's better for me to teach it first in the natural context by taking the child to a sand tray or to a sanded area and play with the sand, so that the child can see that is a sand. If I was going to teach a child kicking, I want to get a ball and kick the ball so that the child can see the word kick in kicking, and is saying the way kick is being used in the real context of what kicking is. If I was going to teach throwing, I'll get a ball, throw with the child so the child can see how the meaning of the word and how it's being used. That way the word stays longer and the child is able to use the word. The next tip is help the child learn new words in a variety of ways. We talk about multi-sensory way of teaching. The child should should be able to see the word, hear the word, touch the word, smell the word, whatever you're talking about. So if I were to teach apple, for example, the word apple to the child, I want the child to learn the word apple. I'll bring an apple and show it to the child, and the child will touch the apple, probably smell the apple, see the apple. That way the word apple stays with the child. And it's always better for us, it's more advisable for us to use the real object as opposed to using picture as much as we can. If you can get access to the real object, please use it more often than just using picture to show the child words. Now, it's also important for us to use meaningful situations to develop words, and that for me is very key, especially when the child have a need or needs or wants something. So if the child wanted water, most possible the thing the child will do will be to go to the water dispenser or go to the fridge, and that's a very good opportunity because that situation is very important for the child to learn the words. He has a need, and I'll say, do you want to drink water? Or I could say, drink water, or the child wanted to go, and sometimes the child will just go. Most kids will just go to the door and stand by the door. That's a good time for you to teach the word to say, go out. Or if the child wanted to eat, the child might pull you and go to maybe the kitchen. They might want to use the right word, eat biscuit, eat chin chin, drink Capri Sun. Those are the ways you can help them to learn to use words, okay? Then it's also important for us to respond appropriately when the child uses words correctly. So I haven't taught the child some of these words. Sometimes you realize that they just come to you and say, drink water, okay? It's a good time for you to give that child water because the child has used the word. You want to relate action to the word, and you want to satisfy the child's need at that time. So whenever they use word, let's respond appropriately, okay? No matter how tired and how inconvenient it is for us, please let's respond to them. If the child says stand up, please let's respond to them. If the child says watch TV, respond appropriately and let the child watch TV. That way you are reinforcing the use of words, and the child will use the words more and add more words in his or her vocabulary. Now, repetition can never be overemphasized. You must always repeat these words that you want this child to learn using different phrases and using different setting, okay? So if you wanted to teach a child something like wash hands, you might want to use we wash our hands after using the restroom, or you might want to also use the word I'm washing the fruits. Maybe we are washing fruit, so that the child can see that yes, it's possible for us to wash our hands. It's also possible for us to wash fruit or wash meat or wash plates. So always repeat the words, the same word you want to teach a child in different setting. So I've shared a few tips with us today. The first tip is that when talking, use meaningful and simple sentences that include nouns and verbs. Use gesture, which is the second tip I shared with us. Teach words in the most natural context, which is the third tip. The fourth tip is help the child learn new words in a variety of ways by hearing, seeing, touching, and smelling the words if possible. Then use meaningful situation to develop words in the child was the fifth tip I shared with us. Respond appropriately when the child used the words correctly was the sixth tip I shared with us. And the seventh tip is repetition is very important when we're teaching these children to use and learn new words. These are the few tips I'll be sharing with us. Please try to use these tips and let me know how it works for you in the comment section. Thank you so much. Don't forget that I'm always putting out trainings from time to time to equip parents and caregivers and teachers. So please look out for my trainings coming up very soon in a couple of days. You will find more information about the trainings on the flyer. I look forward to us learning together and impacting knowledge into one another so that we can help these children develop words, develop new skills, and enjoy the learning experience. Thank you so much. Bye-bye.